Hi, welcome back. I'm Pat Haggerty, Project Manager for Christendom College at the Christ King Chapel. Well, a lot of work has progressed since you've last checked in. Phoenix Steel Erectors have been here on site since the beginning of December, putting up the structural steel. They are working currently on the Lady Chapel, back far behind us. They'll be starting on the south transept, which is the final piece of the structural element of the project. Today on site, we've got 3 contractors working. We have Summit Construction, who are installing what's known as the light gauge steel framing. It's the shiny steel pieces that comprise the exterior of the building. That'll get covered up with sheathing and then the final finish system at the end. We also have some concrete work going on, pouring a pad around the side for one of the outdoor mechanical units. And let's come and take a tour. So we're approaching the main entrance doors. We're going to walk in and take a look at what the narthex is going to look at, and then we'll take a peek inside the nave. So now we're walking into the lobby, and we're going to walk straight through here into the narthex. So we're inside the narthex now. There will be restroom banks over there, the bride's room, priest's sacristy for Sunday Mass over here on this side. Got the elevator shaft that goes up to the choir loft over here. And the stairs will be accessed through the nave. As you can see them exposed right now, but eventually that's going to get covered over. We're going to walk through some glass doors here into the nave. We're not going to go all the way in, we're going to just take a peek. So as you can see, we've got the roof deck sheathing is being installed right now. The structural steel for the main nave and the side aisles have been installed, and they're starting to work on the roof deck for the roof of the side aisles. You can see back towards the Lady Chapel with the octagonal roof down there at the end. And they've got the north transept framed up over there, and the south transept is still not installed yet. The 2 towers right there, one is a mechanical shaft on the left, and the other one on the right is a stair tower, a circular stair that will go all the way up to the roof. All right, we're headed up into the choir loft now. So we're up here in the choir loft. You can see down into the nave where the main high altar will be, sort of right beyond where that red scissor lift is. The sanctuary starts. Behind us will be the rose window up in that middle rectangle, and the massive 2500 pipe organ will be situated right back there with the pipes coming up behind and around the rose window there. You can see our 2 bell towers right here. We're currently working with McShane bells and getting our existing bell that we took out of the current chapel at the beginning of January, and the 4 bells that we had purchased from a decommissioned church in New York City. And those 5 bells will be installed here. 4 bells in this tower and 1 bell in this tower. You can now get a sense of what these clerestory windows are going to look like. In between each one of these columns, there'll be a pair of clerestory windows. And our first one is actually started in production. Buyer Studios is working on our Don Bosco window, and that'll be one of the first ones that we'll be able to see. But there's 68 clerestory windows that wrap around up at this level. So right now these guys are installing the steel roof panels, and they're welding those to the structural steel. When the next system that will go on top of that is insulation and then plywood and then our slate roof that will go over the entire building. You can see above this first beam is where the resurrection window will get installed. And that is a piece of stained glass that we rescued from a church up in Philadelphia, and there's a matching similar size on the other transept, and that's the Nativity. So that's the main crossing tower, and when it's all said and done, that'll be 115 feet tall. It's about 110 right now to the top there. There's a beam missing right now, which will be installed at the topping out ceremony on January 31st, where the last and highest piece of structural steel will get installed. You can also get a good sense of the bell tower height right here. The bell towers will get their steeples, which is another 35 feet that will go on top of that top octagon piece. The bells will reside in that topmost chamber up there. Here's where all the steel comes and arrives from Richmond. Lippert Steel is the steel fabricator. So they've been in fabrication for the steel for a couple months. Once they finish a sequence, the building is divided up into 6 sequences, and they ship the steel out here. It comes on these tractor trailers. They then unload it and then build that particular sequence. So what we're looking at right now is the completion of sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, 5, and this last one is sequence 6 that they'll be beginning on. You can see it's just the massive size of some of these beams. So we're now standing inside the Lady Chapel, looking back towards where the main altar will be. We're behind the main altar with the nave beyond us. The existing altar from our current chapel will get placed right over here. And there are 4 stained glass windows that go in this chapel. Those were also rescued from a church in Philadelphia, as well as the iconic Christendom Sacred Heart window, which will go right above our old altar right here. We can take a peek and look up into the crossing tower. So it's 90 feet up to the underside of where the ceiling will be. There's a catwalk that will surround the tower, and then art glass on all 4 sides of that tower, so that you can imagine the light just streaming in right here above the sanctuary, with those large stained glass windows on either end, here and here. So check back in, we'll have some more updates soon, and we appreciate all of your prayers and support. So God bless you all. Thank you.